Hi, this is Sherry McTaggart, and I'm sharing Google Forms with you today. Excuse me. If you go to get to Google Forms, if you go into your Gmail or your Google Drive, when you first click, it doesn't necessarily show up on the menu bar, so you have to click on the More option, and then you can go to Google Forms. Once you're here, you have options of creating blank forms. They have some preset ones like assessment forms, exit ticket, worksheets. Let's just go with the blank quiz for now. One reason I like Google Forms, it's very unlimited. You can choose things very quickly. So let's say I'm just going to go with accounting questions. Maybe I'm going to say under which category would you find the account cash? So option one might be assets, liabilities, abbreviate for time, or owner's equity. And then you can create an answer key, add a new question. So under, let's see, or you can do true and false. So maybe instead of multiple choice, I want to create a true and false question. I guess it's still listed as a multiple choice, but you just have two answers instead. Supplies is under the category liabilities. And I can just do true and false. I'm having all sorts of issues with my little logos on the bottom down here. It also allows you to create short answer questions. Explain the accounting equation. And then this one, you could have an answer key. Most likely you would just have that the students would answer it. One thing I like about this, you can add images, you can add video. So I could see the applications for like language arts or foreign languages where you maybe have a video and then have them translate something, or using images for art, or for like I take images sometimes of different accounting concepts or equations and say, okay, explain what's happening in this transaction. Lots of different options that way. And then you can automatically see their responses. It does give you the option to go and like change your color palette background. You can do a preview of it. So let's say I go in here, I'm going to answer this one incorrectly, and then I'll just type in some answers here. Once I submit that, then if I go back and look at it on my responses, I can see how my students did on their summary. Like this one, 100% answered correctly, and this one 100% answered incorrectly. So I can quickly tell, do the students have an understanding of it? If it's 50-50 or even less than, I'd say 90%, or whatever you determine to be your, okay, they don't know the material line, you can go back and say, okay, well, obviously we struggled with supplies and how to categorize it, so let's review. So that's one of the great options that way. The other thing I like about Google Docs is students can create their own quizzes. Maybe you have them to check their understanding. Okay, write 5 questions about today's topic, or you know, they maybe are going to do some kind of a survey that they're going to use for some kind of a response, or maybe you're going to have them submit questions to you to create a class designed assessment, something like that. And I guess I forgot to say, you know, you name it right away up here. So let's just say this was chapter 4 quiz, and then it's automatically there. It stays in your Google Docs, and it's easy to find, easy to use for later. You can just share it with a link, or you can put it into a classroom use, or you can send it out in an email, something like that that allows students to have easy access to your quizzes. Google Forms is fairly new to me. I've only been working with it really since we started this class, but I'm already seeing the advantages of Google Forms, and I plan to incorporate them a lot this fall already into many of my classrooms.